Everybody, B Maldonado here, and today I'm going to teach you a little bit about 3 and 4-way switching. You can see right here I've got 2 3-way switches. One of them works the hallway and the other one works this main area here. Those switches connect over here with these switches right here. So you can see this switch right here will shut off this main area right here. And then this one switches the hallway. Basically what I got going on here is I've got power coming down from a box up there, and it comes down into my switch. So basically just a hot leg and a ground to each switch. So I have a red and a blue wire coming down there. And then I used black wires as travelers. And it helps to mark your travelers because you want to land the right traveler to the right screw on the switch to make sure that in the up position it will be, if they're both up, then they're on. If they're both down, then they're on. If they're reversed from each other, then they're off. So basically what happens is the power comes in and you use 2 travelers to go over to the other switch over there. Then those travelers, it's 2 wires, come up with 1 wire coming back, that's your switch leg. Comes back up to the box, goes out, hit your lights. Your neutral just goes through all your pipe work and everything like that, and goes through, and you don't need a neutral down here to these switches. That's the way I ran it. I mean, you can always run power down into here, travelers over, and then switch up and out of there, and then hit your whole entire circuit. I mean, it all depends on what's the easiest way to do it. But that's pretty much it. They're pretty simple. That way you can control one circuit with one switch and one circuit with the other switch. You can control one circuit with 2 switches, basically, so you can turn the lights on from 2 different locations. It's pretty simple. So, and you'll notice on the switch, there's one screw that's a different color than the other 2 screws. It's like a darker color, that's your hot, and then your lighter color screw, your gold screw, is going to be your 2 travelers. And what it's doing is if the switch is in one position, it energizes one traveler, and if the switch is in the other position, it energizes the other traveler. If the switches are turned in different positions, they're not making contact with the same traveler, so the circuit's not going to work. Well, that's a simple 3-way switch. Now, say you wanted to add a 4-way in between. So here's the beginning of my circuit. This is a 3-way switch. Now you can't really see the screws inside there, I don't think. Yeah, there's 2 on that side, and then there's 1 on that side. So the one on top there is going to be your hot coming in, I believe. And then the bottom one is going to be your one of your travelers, and that's your other traveler, and of course ground. Now the power comes into here from the box up in there, comes down to the switch, 2 travelers come out. They go up through the pipe, all the way around, and that first box here is that light and that light. Then we come over to another box over here. It's actually up in the ceiling, and then I've got it piped down to this switch right here. Now in here, this is just travelers and a ground. So I've got travelers for one, travelers for the other. And see here I ran a blue and a red because I'm using the black circuit, so it made it easier for me to identify it. Blue, blue, red, red. So then I actually came up out of that. You know, it hits this light, that light. I've got my switch leg coming all the way through these pipes. To another 3-way switch right here, where I got travelers coming out, or coming into it, and switch leg going out. So same setup as before, except this time, right here, we're intercepting our travelers. So I got basically one set, because this is only one circuit I'm dealing with. So I've got 2 blues and 2 reds and a green wire coming in there. Ground the box, ground the switch, and you're going to hook a blue wire to one side of the 4-way and a blue wire to the other side of the 4-way. A red wire to one side of the 4-way, red wire to the other side of the 4-way. And what it's doing is it's actually switching the travelers. So if that 3-way switch over there is in one position and that switch over there is in a different position, so that means that it's making contact with 2 different travelers. Right here, what the 4-way switch is it switches the travelers to make the connection go through all the way. So you can put as many of these in between 3-way switching as you want, you know, depending on how many places you want to switch. Here they just decided to do away with the 4-way switch because they thought, well, you know what, that might actually be a little bit confusing. It says it in our prints. Let's go look. And it didn't actually show that switch and this switch over here. It just showed the one back by the door, and it has a 4 symbol by it telling me that it's a 4-way switch. So here we are at the print table. Going through here, marking out circuit numbers. Okay, so you can see here it shows switch with a 3 next to it. Oh, it's kind of hard, it's kind of blurry. But anyways, that's our 3-way switch, and that connects with the other switch. Where do you go? Right there. So then, from there, here we go all the way back to our 4-way switch. Now the 4-way switch, you see right there, switch. That's our symbol for switch, the S with the line through it. And it's got a 4 next to it, which is telling me it's a 4-way. They didn't show the switch down the hall right here. And it didn't show the other switch over here. It just showed me the that 4-way back there. But since those other switches were there, I knew that they had to be connected in a 4-way. So that's how we read symbols on a print. Of course, you know, E is an existing switch. You know, stuff like that. And here, of course, these are symbols for outlets. It's a circle with a line through it, 2 lines through it. Now, if you had a quad outlet, you would have a kind of like a tic-tac-toe board going through that circle. So it would be 2 lines going down and 2 lines going sideways. Tells you it's a 4-way. With switching, if you had 2 switches, it would put an S symbol next to an S symbol, so that way you know that there's supposed to be 2 switches. Kind of stuff we have to go through. And you can see there's all kinds of what do you call them? Keynotes. That one with the triangle. Still have to find out where that is actually. But let's see, there's you can see here, this 2 right here is a keynote. You go to your keynotes to verify all reused circuits in field. Electrical contractor shall verify that no more than 20 lighting fixtures are connected to branch circuit, each branch circuit, and furnish revised panel schedules, and all that kind of stuff, you know. That's why I had to put the 2 switches in instead of what it told me for the 1 switch, because, you know, in this whole area over here, you can see I've actually drawn it out. This over here, this is all circuit 10. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lights. Now this here is circuit 2. That was the hallway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lights. So I split them up because that would have put 23 lights on one circuit if I didn't had to do it. So even though these are LED fixtures, and they're not even close to drawing an amp apiece, so I mean, old rules, new technology, is, you know, gotta keep up. So anyways, that's how you do a three-way switch. Pretty simple, and a four-way. It's pretty easy stuff. You know, try hooking one of those up with a power pack and an occupancy sensor, and then it gets real fun. So anyways, that's pretty much it. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. B Maldonado here, signing off. Later.